Yo, 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 to the yo, 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 and for you. I made it. Welcome to Beauty Bubble. Let the wonder begin. Today we will be revisiting my Twitter. Got a few things going on with the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case, but I wanted to make sure that you knew that you definitely want to check the title of the video because as my interests, they're just like with anyone else, they rotate up, and there's a lot of things that, as that you would say, I have a lot of balls in the air, things that interest me, things that I feel, a certain way about, and I want to be able to bring that to YouTube. One of the things, of course, if you have been looking at my content, is Bitcoin price, taking a look at the chart and that sort of thing. And then we have an Etsy shop that is brand new or brand new to Etsy. This will be a 2-year journey of sorts, giving ourselves lots of room to breathe and get familiar with not only the company, the stock price, the CEO, and all of those wonderful things that can happen when you have interests in your life and you have the time to share them. And my way of sharing is to come onto YouTube using OBS. I'm an old school StreamYard girl. I've heard your cries and woes out there. I truly have. Really feel for you. And there are no easy answers. StreamYard is a stroke of genius. And a lot of us are very sad to see it go the way of new pricing models for you guys. So I am over at OBS now, just trying to really, what do they say, kind of survive and yet still have some sort of a personality with my streams. I could just have a screen dark, I suppose. But I do hear your woes, and I can't wait to see how creative you folks will be with either raising funds to offset the pricing increases, or team up together. This is something that I've kind of talked about privately. Why aren't people just putting together teams, especially if your interests align with one another? And so just wanted to make sure that you knew, always check the title of the stream, okay? But today, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is our focus, and we'll be running over to Twitter in just a moment, as soon as I make sure that we can hear ourselves over on the YouTube. Making sure. Yeah, look at that. I think we have great audio today. Also want to remind you, we do have a superstar. A few streams ago, someone reached out and said, man, your voice is just too soft. And it'll never command the attention. And another thing is that you ramble. And I'm taking these things, I've heard these things throughout my entire career on YouTube, that for some reason I'm just not doing it right. Number one, I am not an entertainer. Number two, I just like to be free with myself, especially on YouTube. Just be free, unfettered, nothing stopping me, no one stopping me. This is why I don't have panels. I'm just able to be me for the 5 minutes, the 30 minutes, the hour, and to enjoy that part of my life. And I know it sounds very selfish, and it should not be that way, especially if I'm going to be talking about something as serious. And of course, a missing child is far more serious than me covering Bitcoin. I understand that. So, I as I've seen other creators, you take it very seriously with and you get a lot from your crowd, you get a lot from your panel, the back and forth. I don't have any of that. We have a very little audience, very small audience. They're from all over the world, and they've come into my content from all different angles. Whether it was originally in the very beginning of content, as you see on the screen right now, that's in 2011. So I've been on YouTube, face forward on YouTube for a very long time. and just cannot seem to crack the code, and I've decided that it's better to write my own. I may not be for you, and it's cool, but I might be for you, you know? And more than likely, if you're in this particular story, or even Bitcoin for that matter, the field of beauty is altogether different, but more than likely, I have watched your content and you have watched my content. So it's not always about fandom and viewership counts. Sometimes it's really just about having the chance to be you for a few moments of the day. Because we hear a lot of stuff about phony this and phony that. And man, if I could just say one thing, especially for the women of YouTube, man, oh man, let us just hear you. That is far more interesting than playing into, or playing dumb, or playing thugalicious, or like, be wholly 100% you for the 5 minutes or 5 hours that you take the time on YouTube to share yourself. I mean, you're sharing yourself. I think that the theme today, from what I can gather, is although it's a little it's coming from the wrong messenger, is that we need to slow it down and peel it back, because I guess the shenanigans out there has become a little too rough and tumble, deservedly so. Okay, you should not be stream sniping. Number one, you should not really be using other people's content, their work product, to then assign parody, insult, dramatic effect, and the foulness so that you can get the attention. Clip channels, especially in true crime, are very interesting animals. And come to find out, there's a clip channel out there that is being supported 100% by Seth Rogers and his team. Found that out today. And so we should be a little, if we're going to really be, toxic, ballistic, bombastic, I really would say get ready. Because there are no other better creators on YouTube to be able to do that and do it really well than the women of YouTube in true crime. None other. If you're a guy in this and you're trying to pull something on the women of true crime on YouTube, oof, I don't know. This is why I plan on running, when I'm talking about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, I will not be suggesting or asserting any kind of opinion. But to observe what creators are doing and how they're crafting their message, that's number one. Number two is the impact, what social marketing has on the story, on the narrative of missing children. It is, and people have said it, this particular case has really put the cherry on the top as far as the level of cruelty and, I guess some people say the filth of it all. So I want to just start with kind of that message coming out. We'll head on over to Twitter. This is where I take all of my content from, which is my content that I've created on Twitter. And today it kind of went like this a little bit. You'll find my Twitter over at BeautyBubble, one word. Look for the national flags. I can explain them if you'd like to in just a moment. And let me peel down a couple of posts and tell you, number one, nothing normal here. Have to get the t-shirt. Long sleeve. Nothing normal here. So 108 impressions on this post not 5 hours ago. True crime content creator makes a frantic plea to support an initiative powered by Dog the Bounty Hunter with the purchase of her merchandise. My note is I have not seen Dog's plea, and if you make a post and tag me if you can, thank you. Look, I'm looking for anything that is actually supportive tissue that this content creator, this true crime content creator, child advocate, fighter of free speech, has, like, is Dog wants the Team Seth to sell merchandise to then empower fighting internet bullies. So I am asking the question. I did the Medium, did the unedited transcript, of course. And this is what's really fascinating, because I don't get a lot of post engagements. A post engagement is when you can see the quotes, the reposts, and the likes. Now, the likes I get, okay, a repost, not very many, but I do have one follower that does a lot of reposting, but only one. So it's not, when I say it's not a lot of, not a lot of handles on X that are reposting. But this creator comes out and says, "What is this shit?" And the quote from the transcript: "These horrible channels getting their just desserts, and we want to assist in that process. So go over to YouTube, go to my community tab, go to this Teespring listing for this shirt, and please consider supporting this effort to stop the online bullying." And then she attached my original post. What is this shit? People want to know. I suppose I could say it a few more times. What in the world would this creator assign a personal plea with a public figure, a celebrity figure, about, where the core is about this missing teen out of Hendersonville, Tennessee? His name is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. He went missing, last physically seen, the evening of February 25th by his mother in his home. The next morning at 6 o'clock, she went into his bedroom to wake him for the school day, and he was missing. Everything past that leads to he vanished. Then it led into that there's no way that anybody's going to be able to find him, and we go back into the vanishing moment here. That is the core of her content. That is how she's pleading out the content. Yet she's using online bullying, which is its own incredible campaign, right? Online bullying. It fucking sucks. And I've been attacked online, so I know what it's like, and I feel like, yes, I could have called it bullying. And certainly it did feel like bullying. But she's talking about a different kind of, it's an adult activity by people, when something that you don't like happens on the internet, it is not bullying. It can simply be where people are disapproving, and disapproving is not bullying. When you take others' content for parody, and apparently they are a team member, this account is a team member of the Seth Rogers team. When you do that, you have to bolster up, you have to man up, as they say, and expect that you're going to be going toe to toe with the person that you explored taking their content, and you are exploring. You are not a professional at doing this. And these takedowns, of course, there's an attorney for $1 that you can go and you can get his letter that you send to YouTube explaining why you do not deserve a takedown, why you are taking creative license. And the moment that you explain that you are a parody account, and I really do think that when you take a reflector of content and you put graphics over it, such as "you are a vile bitch." Remember, this is all about a missing child. "You are a vile bitch." This is parody. You are allowed to say that, and you are allowed technically to take the content. But assigning parody at this level may be one of the reasons why you got struck. So boo-hooing about it, and this is something, if you're going to be doing this, you've got to beef it up. Now, we're going to beef it up and put Dog the Bounty Hunter, put Dog the Bounty Hunter's lawyers on this activity associated with a missing teen. So just think about it. Can it be done? Yeah. Can you get your channel back based on their influence? Yeah. However, to continue to do it and not realize that, guess what? You can actually, like, I'm creating content of my own right now. I never, ever, 100% never have to showcase or be involved or be uninvolved or unevolved with your content. So for me, it's like, let's get this back to Sebastian. And if you are indeed, in fact, let me see. Okay. Let me get to where it was said. Yeah. Here is the unedited snippet, edited snippet, pardon me, that I wrote 3 hours ago. Quote, "One of our people, War Eagle, worked very hard to build her channel, his channel, almost got to 1,000 people, about to be monetized, and she gets struck." So a account such as War Eagle would be commonly known as a clip channel. Super popular. A lot of people use it over at TikTok, where it's ephemeral. But I want you to kind of think of things. This is your welcome mat, friend. This is your welcome mat. And I put it out on Twitter, right? And other people will talk about it and showcase it and bring it up. Not just the content creator that struck you, but this is actually your calling card. For who? Who is this appealing to? To take another person's content, do a parody on it, which is all fine and good, right? Parody and comedy, if it is parody and comedy. But you're trying to sell this as a true crime, and being a missing children's advocate, and you are using the words, "you are a vile bitch." I don't believe it. I don't believe any of the things. I really don't. This is something of a kind of other marketing ploy, and it's scandalous of all sorts. And I don't know who's going to win out. There may be some ban evading going on with the secondary channel. And the secondary channel, you know what? People came in, man. The last unedited transcript suggests the monies will support legal action and court proceedings, right, to free you of these responsibilities, terms of service responsibilities, which has been broadcast widely on X and YouTube. And the takedown of the channel was countered with a backup channel and solicited on Facebook and on YouTube with a CTA, go subscribe now. Go to the second channel. You know, you've been taken down by YouTube, but we're going to make sure that you can go out, get a second channel, and rinse and repeat. And man, if you have all of these skills, this is something I will never understand, especially people that have the gift when they're on YouTube. And it is a gift, by the way, to be able to be engaging enough, and it is truly a gift that you would use it in this way, aside from parody. If you're a parody account, comedy, entertainment, but I haven't seen that yet. From what I understand, the entire team actually really does believe that you are one of our people, meaning the Seth Rogers team. You are one of our people. Yes. So we're going to talk about, we're going to be talking about this because it will continue, especially with the ban evasion out there. All right. The only other things on the Twitter that you'll see today is I'm posting more of my overlays that I've worked on for years. The overlay that I have going on right now, this pumpkin theme, is kind of fun. I've got other ones sort of like this. So if you do stop by, you may see some differences there. And I put a little blurb down below too to make sure that you always check the title. And I believe the title today is simply. Well, it's not testing only. So where did it go? Oh yeah, it's testing only. So I will switch that over. I'll do my chapter markers, and then I will assign the title when we go into archive. And that is really about it. Can I tell you how long I've been live? I can't do that. So we'll keep it at that. Thank you very much. Check the Twitter. It's the leading edge for me for all of my interests. And then I will come over to YouTube and add texture and color to my thoughts and my thinking process and so forth. So bye-bye now.